Well, hello, and thank you for coming to join me today. I'm Claire, and this is Purple Poppy Creates, and I've been naughty and got myself a subscription to Somerset Studio. And I was having a flick through, out of breath, I've been running up and down the stairs, and this caught my eye. These are little Matchbook notebooks. I've made them before, if I'm honest, but it just reminded me, I think sometimes the beauty of books like this is it reminds us of things that we've sort of forgotten how to do, or forgotten that they're in our arsenal of crafty goodies. So I thought it would be a really good idea to use this principle, as it's on my mind, to make 11 and 12 of the 50 stack challenge 2 by Crafty Cat. So what we need to do is we need to cut some card at a size that's going to be suitable to us. Now I've got just some cheap white card here because I'm going to be layering up on it, so there's no point using a patterned paper, I don't think, if you're going to be layering up. So let's move this book over to the side there. You'll still get a corner glimpse. These are some papers, coffee dyed papers that I intend to use inside. Now I want to get a rough and ready look for mine, so you know, that tatty worn out look. So I'm just gonna use my tear ruler to get an interesting edge to my A4 piece of card. And then I'm going to find the let's take the other side off first, because we're going to get two, because with the 50 stack challenge there's 2 prompts each week, and in this second challenge, because Amy at Crafty Cat did one of these last year, we get to do opposites. So this week it's sit and stand. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to tear this at 4. That has decided my width. So I'm just lining my ruler up on my mat just to make it easy, and then I'll tear down there, and that is going to give me my interesting edge on both of them. Okay, so I also need to do this edge. It's quite thin card, which is great for layering onto. How is everybody? You all happy, safe and well? Okay, so I now need to fold each one to give me about an inch. So if I put it on there on the 3 and I bring it into the 4, halfway between 4 and 4.5, and I'm going to fold it, and then because I'm going to have to fold this way, I'm then going to bring it over and fold it back on itself. So now we've got this Matchbook style little notebook. So this one they have actually cut to look like a tag. I don't think I'm going to do that with mine. I like that it's uneven. So we're going to do it again, line it up on the 3, bring it to halfway between the 4 and the 4.5, so it's roughly 4.25. Turn it round, and you see it's really off, and that's part of what I like. And I think if I even it up to make it into a tag, I'll lose that look that I've got that I love. So I'm going to get a inking blue book down. I'm going to find some ink. Oops, now try not to jog you, getting my brush out of this pot. There we go. So I've got archival sepia here, and I'm just going to run all round my edges first of all. I do like an inked edge, especially when it's this interesting torn shape. So just the edges, and then I'm going to find some vintage book pages to decorate this up, because I do love grungy and vintage. That's definitely my style. Whoops. So I haven't got any stories or anything to share, other than I am going to have a lovely time this afternoon working my way through this lovely magazine that's arrived on my mat. It is an expensive subscription, you know, it equates to just over £15 per magazine, which is a lot of money, but it is a quarterly magazine, so I convinced myself it was acceptable because that made it £5 a month. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And also, I think, you know, there's some great inspiration in here. There's some fantastic artists. I love Lynn Moncrief. She's the one, if I'm honest, that got me into grungy in the first place. Okay, so that's that one done and ready for its papers and interesting pictures. So yeah, I love the magazine, and I just thought, you know what, this year I'm going to spoil myself and I'm going to get a subscription to it. Also, there's some lovely papers in there that you are encouraged to tear out and use. So anyway, I don't need an excuse, do I? I've done it now. It's a bit late for excuses. And I did see there's some lovely leaf study type tags in there by Lynn Moncrief, so I will be having a look and a go at making those as well. So if you're in the UK and you did want this subscription, I got mine from Art of the Heart. They're a UK company, because obviously it is an American magazine, which is why it's quite hard and expensive to get hold of in the UK. Although I think, to be honest, it's sort of the same price in the US, because we're almost pound for pound now, I think. You know, pound per dollar. And I think it's $15, so it's about the same price. Okay, oh, just that little tuck one, didn't do the tuck. Okay, boom boom. Now, I have already got my sit and my, my stand and my sit images that I've cut from magazines. The paper dolls, as Mr. Holtz calls them, I tend to purchase from, I don't purchase at all, sorry, I tend to get from old books and magazines. I try not to purchase them from Mr. Holtz. No offence to him, I think his work is wonderful, but his stuff is very expensive. I do indulge in the stencils and the stamps because they're things that you get to keep, but obviously things that you use and then they're gone, as it were, like the the paper dolls, I don't feel able to warrant the price very often, I'm afraid. Right, now that's obviously not going to fill that, is it? I've cut it a bit short. Shall we save that for a different project? And let's use some of this one. So, it needs, I've picked the pictures up as well now. It needs to sit on here, and I definitely want the date. So, because this is a 1898 magazine, very, very fragile. It's great for gluing down and collage and things like that, but it's not strong enough to stand on its own anymore. So let's tear that off there, and then we can glue it onto there, and then we've got a little bit extra that we can tear off there. Like so. Oh, this is my most favourite stick glue. Comes from my local supermarket, Mr. Tesco, and it's this bright purple, so you can see exactly where you've been, and then obviously it dries clear. Not that you will see it here anyway, because we are covering it up. Oh, it's very noisy in the street today, isn't it? I do apologise. That's because I'm quite, you see, I told you it was fragile. That's because I'm quite warm, so I've got the window open. Right, let's work that back. There we go. Okay, so we've got that lovely old book page on the front. Now obviously normally a matchbook would work this way, but I'm going for this side option. Okay, and I'm going to decorate my front with these paper dolls that I've cut out, these ladies and children. I'm going to pop that on there, move it over a little bit so as we don't interfere with the date. So yeah, if you've got old Reader's Digest type books, or Dover Press do books with copyright free pictures in them, you can definitely cut out your own paper dolls like that. Okay, so that is obviously my standing, isn't it? Now let's have a look at doing my sitting. I've got a dad and his son in a car. I think that's awesome, and we need hardly any background to this. We could take a little bit extra off of the bottom. That will give us a little bit more background and a little bit more off the side. And again, these are just photos, that's better, out of books that you can easily just chop out. I have in the past used ink and the like to age them. You can screw them up a little bit. All those things will help you get an aged look. Pop that there. Really enjoying doing this challenge by Amy at Crafty Cat. It's fun. she comes on a Monday and draws the prompt, and then you can watch what she does. And the idea is to make some ephemera with that prompt. You don't have to make obviously the same ephemera that she makes. You can make whatever suits you. I can't remember what she made this week, to be honest, but as I say, my magazine arrived and I was just straight in there. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do these little matchbooks. Okay, and then the car will sit on top there. So let's glue up our car, and then we can look at how we'd like to decorate the back. Whoops. I would like to decorate the back and our flap. So there we go, that's the front of our book. Okay, so we've got the sitting and the standing. We're going to need to decorate our back and our flap, and also to, I've closed the book now, haven't I? Sorry. Also to look at putting our papers on the side. So to do our backs, I've got some collard sheets here, and all I did was, these are just book pages that have been used, like this one, for inking and gluing, and then I just put all little oddments and glued them in place, and it's a nice stiff page now. So I think we could use one of these. I think that would be quite awesome. So I'm going to glue up this area. So we've got the vintage on the front, and then we've got all these scraps in this collage on the back and flipping over. So pick that up, and then I'm gonna offer this slightly over the top, marginally back from the fold, and press it home. Turn it over. I'm going to use my bone folder to make sure that's beautifully stuck, and then use my tear ruler to tear down there. We've still got a bit to use for something else. Just looking at that, I've torn that straight, and you can see that's not where the edge is it? That was a bit weird. And now of course I'm not going to get an interesting edge, but that's what, you know, happens. Never mind. Okay, I'm going to run some ink around there. Excuse me, drop of coffee. That all solved that. And I'll just run some ink around the edge of this. This small collage boards or sheets is a good way actually of using up scraps, and of course you're getting the third use out of these book pages, because obviously you've turned it from a book page into a glue or an ink sheet to protect your desk. Can't pick that up now. There you go. Just line my ruler up against the original fold and just bend to it. You've already used it as a glue you know, a glue book or an ink sheet or whatever you want to call it. There we go. And then now it's your collage backing, so you really are getting your money's worth. Okay, and then this is going to open up and we are going to put our papers inside. So what I'm going to do is I've got these bits of copy dyed paper. It's only copy of paper. It was originally A4 and this has been torn now into quarters, and I've just got 4 sheets there. So I'm going to use a staple and I'm just going to put a staple in the edge there like that to hold that in place, and then that's going to fold over. So we just need to size these papers. Okay, so again I'm going to just hold that there and I'm just going to tear them. I'm going with this real shabby grungy look, and that's making me very happy. Get it just under the fold there. There we go. These matchbooks are really a thing of the past. You don't really see these anymore, do you? And then that will just clip over there. Okay. And you do need to actually put a staple in there. Actually, I could have saved myself a staple, couldn't I? Are they slightly too long? I think, yeah, it's slightly too long. That's why that is not folding properly. So I'm just going to take a smidge off of here, she says. That's not working. I'm going to have to cut it with scissors. It's too narrow a piece for me to tear. Oh, actually, no, it's not. I'll stick with it, Claire, because we do like that tatty, torn, grungy impression that this has just been sort of put together with some scraps, which is exactly what has happened, isn't it? Being put together with scraps. Okay, lovely. And now you've got these pages in your notebook, and then you do need to put a staple in there just to hold your matchbook flap missed. Your matchbook flap closed. So just put a staple in there and that will hold your matchbook notebook. Oh, I didn't miss. I was just too far down. There we go. So that's our stand. Now let's finish off our sit. So exactly the same, although this one's a bit pink. I've got another one, haven't I? I'm sure I did 3. Have I got another one? Oh, perhaps not. Yes, I know I've done 3. That's a better colour. We don't really want pink. I don't think it fits with the other stuff. So, here's our book again. Let's get this glued up. See, simple, it's fast. Little project really, doesn't take long. uses up a lot of scraps, and I think it's very effective. So I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go slightly over so that we can tear it. Bring it back. Give it a good press with your bone folder. Oops. Excess glue there. Okay. Now, where's my ruler gone? Let's tear this. And tear it properly this time, Claire, so you don't have to be trimming it with scissors. And that's just an overlap there of the small piece of collard, so we just get rid of that there. We are now gonna get rid of that one. Again, keep that, we can use that. And then this one, line that up there. There we go. That's that one, and we're just going to put a bit of ink on this again, get rid of the gluey page, because of course all these pages I will use these mini cardboards. I will put a link to the video that Kat did for 11 and 12, so you can see what her choice was if you're interested, and I will also put a hashtag for the challenge so you can see what other people have been up to if you'd like to. There's quite a lot of people doing it really. And then just line that up again to our ink line, and then give that a press, and then we're just going to reinforce that with our bone folder. You've got 3 layers there now, so it does take a little bit of pressing. Okay, now we need our note pages to go inside. I think I put 4 in the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this time we're going to make our lives a little bit easier, and we're just going to put the one staple in. We don't need to trim the sides, just the end. So put our staple in about there. Gives us plenty of tuck space. That's all you really need to make sure of. Now again, do this right here, you'll only have to tear it once. So we'll go to about there, just to make sure. Now I'm not going to, but obviously if you wanted to, you could decorate the inside as well. And there you go. That one will tuck in there like that. Okay. Right, so there we go. We have got sitting and standing. They are Matchbook notebooks, and they're my work on the 11th and 12th prompt for the 50 stack challenge too. Hope you found some joy and pleasure, some inspiration in that. Stay safe. I'll be back to see you again very soon. Bye bye for now.